Did you know that you could access all the top AI assistants from a single affordable tool? And on top of that, you're gonna get access to 4 image generators and 4 video generators. And what this means is no more juggling multiple subscriptions or being subscribed to a ton of different AI tools, because all you need now is an all-in-one platform. And by the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly what tool I'm talking about, how to access it, and 8 different use cases that you could use this for, and all the different features you could use. So the tool that I'm talking about here is ChatLLM Teams. Now this literally just came out not that long ago, and essentially what this is one AI assistant which allows you to access the top LLMs, web search, video, image generators, and it has AI coding assistance included. This is going to allow you to access every LLM. You will be able to have user management and reporting if you have multiple people signed up, or if you have your entire team signed up. You'll be able to chat with large PDFs, and you can even create custom chatbots, because this is going to give you access to literally all of these different LLMs right here, and you could see exactly how this is going to help you. The first way is it's one AI assistant in order to rule them all. Next, you could access Code LLM, an AI-powered code editor. You also have a computer agent, which allows you to use LLMs to perform tasks on a computer. You have an AI engineer that connects to GitHub to submit PRS, and you can execute code, analyze data, draw plots, and so much more. And did I mention you can create custom chatbots with this tool? Probably one of the most important things that I should mention is that they do not own your data, and they're not going to use your data for training their LLMs or other people's LLMs, and you can completely change all of this and control it from the admin settings, because essentially this is an AI brain that is going to allow you to connect all your different tools, so you have one tool you can use for pretty much everything. Now, before I get into all the different crazy use cases that you could actually use this tool for, I need you to go to the pinned comment below where you could register for it today, because remember, having an all-in-one subscription is going to be way cheaper than you being subscribed to so many different tools in order to get all your AI tasks done. Because at the end of the day, ChatLLM is only going to cost you $10 a month, and that's way cheaper than basically all these tools cost individually. Use case number 1 is going to be using this tool in order to chat with PDFs. So instead of having to read a PDF, for example, Tesla's Q4 earning report, I don't have to do that anymore. I can literally just upload this into this tool, and then I'm going to be able to chat with it. So the prompt that I'm using here is, can you please go through Tesla's Q4 earning report and let me know the top 10 green flags and their top 10 red flags before I consider buying their stock. In addition, please let me know your opinion on their financials. Now, what this is going to do is this is going to route this to the best LLM for that, and then this is going to go through and this is going to search the web, it's going to analyze the results, and it's going to make a concrete answer based on the PDF that I just gave it. So it gives me a bunch of green flags here. For example, they've got revenue growth potential, they've got autonomous driving progress, they've got cost efficiency, they've got strong institutional support, energy storage growth, China sales, and if we come down here, it's going to give a few of the red flags. For example, there was a revenue shortfall, they had a delivery decline, and then at the end here, this gives me an opinion. And what this says is that although it continues to innovate and expand its product offering, their declining margins, missed earnings, and delivery shortfall are concerning. Now, what this is going to do is actually highlight the fact that, hey, this might not be the best stock in order for me to buy. So I'm going to be able to chat with this. And by the way, none of this is financial advice. This is just one of the ways that I like to use this. And if you want to regenerate this, you could regenerate it using different tools. For example, I might look at how Claude Sonnet looks at this, or I could come in here and literally choose from 18 different LLMs. I could use ChatGPT 4.5, I could use Deepseek v3, I could use Claude 3.7, I could literally use anything that I want in here. Now, if I come over here, I could say something along the lines of, what do you think I should buy at? What should my buy range be? Now, what this is going to do is this is going to tell me what range it thinks this stock might be a buy at based on their Q4 results. And what this says right now is Tesla stock is currently trading at about $249 as of March 12th, 2025, which is the day that I'm recording this video. And it suggests that I should buy in the $220 to $200 range. Now, I'm an idiot because stock was actually trading at that like 2 days ago, where I considered buying it, but I didn't. And if I had this tool earlier, I could have potentially made some money there. Now, use case number 2 to show off how powerful this tool is going to be coming into more right here, where I can generate a video or I could generate an image. So let's say that I wanted to generate a video. All I'm going to do is I'm going to click on video generation. I am going to now be able to go through a bunch of different models. So I'm going to start right now with Runway, and what I'm going to say is I want you to create an elephant running through New York City. And then I'm going to scroll down the length that I want. I'm going to have 5 seconds. I want this aspect ratio. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to click generate. Now, while this is actually going through and generating the video, I'm going to open up another tab and show you how image generation works. So in order to generate an image, I'm literally just going to click on image right here. Again, I could come into these models and choose from a bunch of them. For example, DALL-E, I could choose how many images I want this to create. I want it to create 4, and I'm going to say create a car that is yellow and looks better than a Corvette. Now, I'm using this for some type of ideation here, and as you can see, this is literally going to go through and generate me these images now. And again, there are a bunch of different models that I could choose from. I don't have to go with one model. Some of them are going to be better for logos. Some of them are going to be better for futuristic things. Some of them are going to be better for more realistic things. But the good thing is, with this tool, you've got options. Okay, so now this is done. We have this car right here. We have this car right here. We have another angle of it here, and then we have another angle of it here. And again, what I could do is I could edit this. I could tell it to do different things. I could change the model. I could change the prompt. I could come into regenerate right here. And again, I could do the same thing by changing the model or changing the prompt. And I could keep working with this until I have an image that's perfect for what I want. Now, if we come back over here, we're going to see that this is actually done generating my video of an elephant walking through New York City. So we're going to come over here and we're going to play this and look at this. This is mind-blowing. It's got the cars going in the background. It's got the elephant. It's got all this going. Now, of course, this doesn't look hyper-realistic. So what I could do is come over here. I could say that that wasn't helpful, or I could regenerate this using a different model, because maybe the model that I used wasn't the best for creating an image like this, or I prompted it the wrong way and I should have told it to make it hyper-realistic. You could use this to create social media content. You could use this to create content in general. Maybe you just wanted to make a cool image to show off to your friends or your coworkers. You could do that also. Essentially, what this is going to allow you to do is be able to create whatever images you want and whatever videos you want. Now, use case number 3 is going to be incredibly useful if you're trying to do coding with all these different AI tools, because what this is going to allow you to do is connect your GitHub and ask questions about your code base. In addition to that, ChatLLM is free. And I really want to emphasize how good and how cool this tool actually is, because again, your alternative is paying for all these tools in different places. But with the ChatLLM subscription, it makes it incredibly easy for you to have all these things with one tool. Check this out. For example, let's say that you wanted to chat with your code base. Guess what? You can now do this with this tool. You're going to be able to access your code base right here, and boom, you are going to be able to chat with it in order to change different things or to ask questions about what that code base actually is. And you can change between a bunch of different models here in the top right-hand corner. In addition to that, they have this basic autocomplete feature that is incredibly helpful. Let's say that we are going to type something. This is going to autocomplete the next thing that we should be typing out. And this tool also makes it incredibly easy for us to be able to enhance our code. For example, we could highlight this code and say enhance this code with features like due dates, task categories, and the ability to delete tasks. And now look at what this just did. This just proposed a bunch of changes, and we could choose to accept them, to reject them, or to edit them all right from this one tool. Now, the next use case I really want to show off is going to be that AI engineer. We're going to come down here to the bottom left corner. We're going to click on AI engineer, and we're going to create whatever we want here. For example, we could create an AI agent, or we could create a custom chatbot. Now, I'm going to create a custom chatbot here, which is going to allow me to grow faster on TikTok. I'm going to make it be a TikTok coach, but you could make it be anything that you want. So the first thing that we have to do is name this, and I'm going to name this TikTok coach. Now from here, this is going to go through and ask me for some relevant information. For example, I might want to train this on a specific document. I'm going to say, yes, I do have a specific document. Lucky for me, I actually have a personalized plan that works for TikTok. So I'm going to come over to my Google Drive. I'm going to find this updated format for a TikTok plan. I'm going to download this right here. And then we're going to come back over to this AI engineer. And I'm going to say that I want to upload a file or a zip. I'm going to click right here. It's going to grab the download right here. And now this chatbot is going to be trained on this right here. I'm going to click submit. And now this is going to go through and actually code me the chatbot. And again, you could build chatbot, you could build different AI agents. This right here is incredibly useful. This is asking me a little bit more details that I wanted to have. For example, I want it to be very friendly and I want it to be super focused on the best practices. Now, again, this is going to go through and actually code this. Right now it's gathering the details, then it's going to code it. And I'm going to show you what this looks like when it's done, because we could choose one of two things. Either one, we can access it and show it off and show you what it looks like, or we could make changes to it if we wanted to. So at this point, we could see that this has actually gone through and done a lot of things now. It's executed some code, it's executed a result, it's checked for feature mapping, it's gone down here, it's actually set up different document retrievers, it started to chain the ChatLLM model, and now it's still working through the rest of it. Okay, so this is actually done now. I can now come up in here and I can see this in my custom bots, and I can come in here if I wanted to actually look at this project and be able to retrain anything. But I don't want to do that for the sake of this video. All I want to do is ask this what time I should post on TikTok and what hashtags I should use if I'm in the fitness niche. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to access this, and now that, again, remember, this is trained on that custom data that we gave it. So what this does is goes through and gives us the best times to post on TikTok, and it gives us a great hashtag strategy. So it gives us some broad hashtags, it gives us fitness related hashtags, and it tells us what combinations and strategies we should actually be using. Now, literally all of this is directly from that training data that I had given it, and this is going to be a game changer. Now think about it. You could create your own custom bots your employees can use, your customers can use, that anybody can use, that can answer all these repetitive questions that you otherwise would have had to ask. Or you could use this as a thinking partner. If this knows everything about your business or everything about your life, guess what it could do? Help you optimize towards the things that you're trying to do. Or maybe you want to train this on a book about Warren Buffett so it can train you into how to become a professional stock picker or something along the lines of that. Think about it. You could literally train this to do anything. So the next use case I really want to show off is going to be the Humanizer tool. So what we're going to do, we're going to come over to Claude right here. I'm going to say, please write a nursery rhyme that is 3 paragraphs long. This is going to go through and actually write me a nursery rhyme. Now from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell it that I want it to be humanized. The way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to come into more right here. I'm going to come into humanize, and I am going to change the tone to what I want. And what I want is AI detector proof. You could also do funny, clever, professional, clear, all these different things. So I'm going to do AI detection proof, and then this says we humanize a response so it doesn't get detected by an AI detector. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to click apply, and what this is going to do now is this is actually going to reprompt this and recreate it. So as we can see, if we come into humanize right here, this is actually applied right here. I'm going to say rewrite it. And what this is going to do is this is going to go ahead and actually rewrite it, but it is going to humanize it. And this is going to help make this undetectable by AI so that we can actually use it as a blog post or a newsletter or whatever the case is, and look at how much this changes up. This right here was written like this, and this right here is written like this. And again, you could do this with articles, you could do it with newsletters. Basically, you just want to do that so that your content doesn't sound too robotic. Now this next feature here that's incredibly useful is going to be their computer agent, and this is nuts because with ChatGPT alone you have to pay like $200 a month in order to access this, and the fact that you could access this all with just one subscription is absolutely insane. And that one subscription is actually cheaper than ChatGPT. So what I'm going to ask this to do is I'm going to say, show me available flights to Greece. You could literally get this to do anything. You could have it go through email. You could have it search for things. You could have it do anything that you would do on a computer. As you can see, it could literally access a bunch of different things here, like Excel. It can access Google Chrome and all these different things. Now, as we can see, this is actually going through, and this is going to load up Google Chrome, and this is going to find flights to Greece. It is literally going to google.com/flights, and now this is going to prompt us and say where to and it's going to put Greece, and where from it may prompt us, or it might just choose some other location. So as we can see here, so we have that, where from, and they're going to type in just a major US city. Obviously, I could have changed that if I wanted to, but New York is fine because I grew up in New York. So this is going to go through, this is going to type this in. As you can see here, it's got a slight spelling mistake, but this might run into an error and then we will literally just be able to change it. But no, it actually figured it out. So it put New York in there, it put Athens, Greece in there, and now it is going to find us flights. And again, I could have specified this a little more. I could have said first class. I could have said for certain times. I could have told it where I was leaving from. I could have said it was for a family of 7, or I could have also put a departure and return time, but I just used one of the simple props that was in there, which is just show me available flights to Greece. If I wanted to add more in there, I could have done that. And this is actually doing this for a week. And again, we could go through here and see how this is thinking through each one of these things. And what this is going to return to me is exactly what I wanted, which is a bunch of different flights to Greece. And that is crazy when you think about the fact that I otherwise would have had to go and do this by myself. But now I could just use something like this, a computer agent that can do it for me. And now I can chat back and forth. It tells me what the price is. And I can say, hey, I want it for first class, or I have 10 bags, or I'm traveling with 4 people. And it can now go through and do all this for me. And now for my 2 favorite use cases. First of which is my ability to connect this to a bunch of other services. All I have to do is come into connected services right here under profile, come over to add connector, and this is going to allow me to connect this to Salesforce, to Snowflake, to Google Drive, to Slack, to Zendesk, to Teams, and a bunch of other different things. And guess what this does? It makes my life incredibly easy, again, because I have connection between all of the different tools and services that I use in one place. That final use case that I really love here is going to be this deep research feature. In order to access it, I'm literally just going to click on deep research. But as a reminder, I could have this generate PowerPoints. I could have this analyze videos. I could have it scrape URLs. I could have it edit things. I could create tasks in here. And I can even come under here, which is going to give me a bunch of prompting tips and tricks to make me way better at using this tool. So what I put in here is I live in Florida and I've had a cough since December 25th. I'm in perfect health. I don't feel sick, but this cough is really bothering me. Please research what this could be, if anything's going around, and next steps that I should take in order to heal it. Now, what this is going to go through is this is going to go through and do deep research. It is going to come up with a bunch of key things to research and go through and actually look at a bunch of things, cited sources, and give me next steps here. In the past, I probably would have gone down a rabbit hole at 3 a.m. about a bunch of different things that could be causing me to have coughs. But guess what? I don't have to do that now because I have this tool right here. And again, I could see this going through and actually doing deep research. In the time of me saying this, it's literally gone through like 10 different sources. It would have taken me probably an hour to do that, but it took this tool 10 seconds. Now it's going through these, it's researching them, and it is going to tell me about its finding, and I can come into all these different sources right here to see what it's citing. And also at the bottom here, it's going through each step, and it's telling me what it is currently doing. That research is in progress, and it's up to 20 sources right now. Okay, so as we can see here, this literally went through and did research for 2 minutes, went through 37 sources, gave me a comprehensive report, an overview, a detailed analysis, like a bunch of different things that could be wrong, and then it gave me evidence-based remedies that I could do from home. And again, this is insane. The fact that it went through and did this, I would have otherwise had to go to the doctor to get information like this. But again, I don't have to because now I can do this. And again, I am not saying with all this stuff that you should use this as financial advice or that you should stop going to the doctor and you should start using this, but it's insanely useful to be able to do stuff like this. And another thing that I saw somebody do with deep research recently, which is insane, is they told it about their business, where they're located, what their ideal client looks like, and it was able to find them thousands of leads and the contact information for the person that they actually had to get in contact with, which is the point of contact. And then it went through and literally generated emails to send to each of these people that was personalized, and using it for stuff like that is going to be a game changer. Now, if you like this video, you're going to love this video right here that walks you through a new AI agent that just got released that allows you to automate any task that you can think of. I'll see you over there.